I'm Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey, everybody, I'm Matt Allcamp.
And I'm Pat Reber.
And say it with us, Pete. Welcome to
Mutant Menace.
I nailed it. You were off.
You say that every week.
I nailed it. You were off. How are you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing all right. Had a productive week, I think. How are you doing?
Oh, did you? I had kind of a chaotic week, like a sort of a disastrous week.
Disastrous?
Yeah, work has been rough, and life has been rough, and the weather has been rough, and
okay, today on Pat's Email Corner, we have a few emails to share with you. This one comes from Weapon Jason.
Oh.
We've been holding on to this one for a bit. He says, hero stats. That is the subject line of the email. Okay. Weapon Jason says, since I still have my copy of the Marvel Superheroes Advanced set, which is contemporary with the X-Men comics you're reading. Okay, it's from 1986, but close enough. I randomly generated you two as heroes.
Okay.
So this appears to be like a tabletop role-playing game where you can...
Yes.
Play in the Marvel universe. Do you know about this?
I do know about this.
Have you folks heard of this?
Have you guys heard of this thing? Have you guys seen this thing?
What else in the news?
Something has gone wrong. Something has gone not wrong, just very weird. If the Marvel tabletop role-playing game from the 1980s is suddenly in the news.
So Matt Allcamp,
okay,
the character.
That's me, a human. I'm a human being, actually.
Origin.
Sorry, I know you could get confused, but I'm a human being, a real human being with real human hands and balls and stuff.
Well, according to Weapon Jason, you are an altered human.
Oh, yeah, I've altered balls.
Your fighting level is typical. 5. Your agility is incredible. Your strength is good.
Okay.
Your endurance is incredible. Your reason is remarkable. Your intuition is amazing. Your psyche is typical.
Whoa!
Health 85, karma 77, resources remarkable, and popularity 10.
This all sounds, and 10 out of 10, I'm guessing.
Known powers, Force Blast. Matt Allcamp can fire bolts of pure force from his hands with good rank ability. And Defensive Shield, at will, Matt can generate a personal force field of typical rank ability to protect himself. This sounds cool.
Right. This sounds right.
Talents, Matt has training in thrown weapons, martial arts C, which is judo, and psychiatry.
Hold on. Then how is my fighting typical and my psyche typical?
And your contacts are with the English Folk Dance and Song Society.
That sounds right.
Checks out.
Yeah, checks out.
You've got pretty rad fighting power set here.
I sound like I rule, man.
Yeah. Pat Reber.
Oh.
Origin Mutant.
I wanted to be a mutant.
Fighting typical, agility remarkable, strength good, endurance amazing, reason is excellent, intuition is typical, and psyche is excellent.
Man, I could kick your ass.
Yeah, you are, except for endurance and psyche.
Otherwise, I'm just better than you in all other stats.
Yes, including, we're equal on health, but you have much better karma, much better resources, and my popularity is 0.
Well, I have 2 podcasts. You only have 1.
Known powers for Pat Reber: Dark Force manipulation. Pat Reber has the mutant ability to manipulate energy from the Dark Force to good rank. He can currently fly at typical speed using this power. I can fly.
Oh, damn.
Entangling arrows. Pat can fire a bola arrow using his bow with remarkable strength. He typically carries a dozen of these arrows. So I got 12 shots.
Mastered the Dark Force and you fly around, but you also are like, but I'm gonna need this, and you grab a bow and arrow before you leave the house.
Yeah, so I've learned how to manipulate the Dark Force, but I've only learned to use that for flying, it seems.
Okay, well,
but I fly good.
Well, look, with my remarkable reason and my amazing intuition, maybe I can teach you how to use the Dark Force better.
Okay. Yeah. We can team up. I guess we are. It looks like I'm your sidekick in this. Pat is trained with bows and wrestling. He's able to put himself into a trance and has a deep understanding of occult lore. That checks out, actually.
Pat, get out of that trance.
Pat,
we're fighting guys.
Oh.
Pat, we're fighting guys. Get out of that trance. No. They're coming at us! Get out of the trance! Use your bow!
I'll wrap them up. I'll wrap 12 of them up.
It's okay. I already got them with my incredible endurance and incredible agility.
Okay, thank you, Weapon Jason. Or Matt thanks you, at least.
What's your contact?
Oh, my contacts are the sorcerers at Comertage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can call them up. I can call up Doctor Strange when I need to.
So you guys can play us in your role-playing games.
Yeah. Those are our stats. Go ahead and bust out the old, what was it called? Marvel
Superheroes Advanced Set. It was just called the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game, but like...
But this
is the advanced set.
I want to play with our full set of powers.
Right.
Okay, thank you to Weapon Jason. Up next, we have Pete. I don't think he needs any nickname. It's Pete. It's Pete from the intro.
He does the intro with us. He flies from Australia every single week to do the intro with us.
Yeah. So Matt, Pat, Pete. He still has to email us to make requests, though. He says, "Hey Pat, tell Matt to tell."
We don't talk
Pat
to him
to tell Matt that I'd like to make a suggestion.
Okay.
Would you guys entertain the idea of revealing what comics you'll be reading the following week? I'd love to get a reading list at the end of each podcast so I could get some homework to read along with you guys. Obviously, it's easy enough when it's just X books, but the overflow into titles is the bit that makes me come unstuck. Maybe a Patreon subscription where you supply a list each week, put it behind a paywall, monetize this, and then he says a bad word.
Pat refuses to say bad words. He emailed me earlier this week to let me know.
That's right. I'm done. I'm done with bad words. P.S. Spotify Wrapped has been released for 2025, and I'm a little upset. I'm only in the top 3% of listeners. This was a discussion on the Discord as well. From what I can tell, it doesn't go above top 3%. I think they do that to keep you from embarrassing yourself.
unless the top 1% is hiding.
Oh, yeah.
Hiding
in the webs. If you got top 1%, let us know, mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. As far as I can tell, you would have had to listen to most of our episodes more than once in order to have that title.
Pat, what if it's one of us?
I listen to them through Apple Podcasts. So
I don't listen.
You don't listen ever?
Only when I edit, I listen.
That's when I don't listen. Finally, we got another email from Kaz. You gotta write and let us know if it is Kaz or Kaz, please. He says, "Hey Pat, Kaz here again. Tell Matt I'm gonna get him. JK, LOL."
What? Kaz?
Since y'all didn't like my Would You Rather, unsure if it's the fear of looking like raisin apricot or explosive phallic objects. Remember, it was the aged Wolverine or dildo gambit Would You Rather.
Oh, yeah.
He's got another one for us. He says, would you rather have a story / one-shot continuation of the 90s amalgam character Dark Claw, combination of Batman and Wolverine?
Oh,
or
you don't have to tell me who Dark Claw is.
Have them dive into the new DC Marvel combo character Logo, which is Wolverine and Lobo together. Thanks again until Matt. I know he'd pick the Gambinus power.
What is with this Kaz guy?
He knows he's ready for us, Matt. He knows that we're just gonna make fun of him.
So he's coming at us first. Hey, I respect that. Who is the new DC Marvel combo character Logo?
Logo. So it's a combination of Lobo and Logan. It's
he's making it up. Is that what we're to understand?
No, he has provided a picture of the comic that presumably he bought. Writer Larry Hama, penciler Jim Balent, inker Ray McCarthy.
That's Dark Claw. I know who Dark Claw is.
That's Dark Claw? Oh.
There's no logo.
Kaz, please also prove that logo exists before we weigh in on this.
Hold on. I think I just found it. Here, Pat, I'm going to send you a little link. Pat, why does it make you upset to click a link?
Because I hate using the computer. This is just... Logo instantly vaults to the top of both Marvel and DC's most violent lists, and now fans are eager for him to prove why in spectacular fashion.
God, both of these suck so bad, but I think I'd go Dark Claw over Logo. What about you?
Appearance alone, I would go Dark Claw. He looks cool, and Lobo looks just kind of like a, a generic henchman. You know,
here's the thing. I never thought deeply about Dark Claw, right? Because it just seemed like, oh, it's just the two cool guys. The cool guy from Marvel, the cool guy from DC, and like whatever, right? But the idea of Wolverine and Batman combined is really crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't
like. How would their personalities mesh?
I think they would just be they're too at odds. The points where they meet are brutal violence.
They're deeply, deeply violent men.
And their persistence, like their strength of will. That, to me, would make a villain.
Right. Yes. If you're persistently violent, you're a bad guy.
And often driven by a sense of vengeance that you struggle to keep in control.
Yeah. Well, because of that, I'd say Dark Claw.
Yeah. We answered your question. Now release us. Kaz also says, P.S. I went back 4 minutes and still couldn't grasp the format. Just telepathically put it in my head, please. Tell you what, because Kaz, you're not the only one that is missing the format here. Let's, in our upcoming The Story So Far episode.
We're going to
recap our
remind people
for the podcast.
Okay. All right. I can get down with that. I mean, I already did get down with that when we did it before.
Yeah. Do you have any more rules that we sometimes break too, right?
Do you have any more emails?
Do I have any more emails? Why do you ask?
Because I was holding this guy back. He was trying to press his button, and I was like holding him. I had him in like a full Nelson, and he was fighting me, and I was like, can I please let this guy go?
He's so aggressive.
I know. He spit on me.
Matt.
Yeah.
Have you done anything X-Men related this week?
Pat, I have. Well, all right. First, I have to ask you a question.
What's that?
Here's the thing I'm not sure of.
Mm-hmm.
Are the X-Men big old frickin' liars?
Are the X-Men big old freaking liars?
Are they just like, are all of them, just categorically, are they just massive, big, stinking liars?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then I gotta be honest about some stuff.
Oh,
and that's going to be my X-Men related thing this week. First, all right, Pat first. I gotta admit.
Yeah.
These New Mutants have fucking invigorated me. I am so stoked about the X-Men. Ever since we started covering the New Mutants, like, I am stoked. I've been thinking about the X-Men all week, and I've been like, I love talking about the fucking X-Men.
Yep, Matt, usually I would say, that doesn't count as an X-Men related thing, but I do absolutely love these New Mutants. They are, I think about them between podcasts. Somebody asked me who my favorite X-Man is, somebody that doesn't know thing one about the X-Men. And
some piece of shit.
I tried to describe Rain and Dani to them, and they were like, oh.
They expected you to just say Wolverine, and when you didn't, they were like, I don't want to be in this conversation anymore.
Yep.
I mean, it's like this podcast, Pat, this podcast is getting old.
Yeah.
It's 40. This is the 41st episode?
Jesus Christ, we are getting old.
It's got gray hairs, man. Like, everybody look down at your iPods right now. There's little gray hairs poking out of the charging holes. And so it's nice to have some people from the younger generation, some people that were born in the late 1970s. Join our podcast. All right, second, I have a
Coming
second
clean,
thing.
Feels good.
I have a second thing.
What's that?
All right, I've got to be very honest now, and I don't know if you want me to be, but we're Pat. I gotta tell everybody,
please.
we're recording
fully
these
transparent.
We're recording these out of order.
What?
Look, I wanted to clear my conscience before we died of too many gray hairs in our charging holes. Yeah, we're recording this right after the New Mutants episode, which is why I'm still so fucking stoked. So this is before God Loves Man Kills. This is before Wolverine. This is before Story So Far. So, like, we haven't embarrassed ourselves in front of all our guests yet.
Yeah, you as a listener are in a special position right now. You know a lot of things that we don't.
Yes. Yeah,
and I don't think that's usually true. This is, to be completely honest, this is our very first time recording out of sequence. And as Matt noted before the recording, it is killing me.
Because we've talked about on this podcast before about how much it upsets us when we're dishonest. And you are upset that it feels dishonest to record out of order.
To be recording this with these and not recording it 3 days before it's supposed to.
It's legitimately like we have guests, so we had to work around their schedules, but we still live in our lives with our schedules. So
yeah, it is a heavy December. We got holidays to deliver episodes to.
Yeah, it's a heavy December. We've got holidays to deliver episodes to. Third, I've got one more thing I've got to be honest, Pat, about.
Yes.
I gotta be honest. I want to know so badly if you've done anything X-Men related this week.
Ooh, I have, Matt. It's
what?
It is. We're coming up on Christmas. Happy New Year, by the way, to our listeners. But the first issue we're going to read today is a Christmas issue. I don't think it's even mentioned in the recap because it is not in any way consequential, but they do wish each other a Merry Christmas a couple of times.
Okay.
We decorated for Christmas and Hanukkah around the house this week.
Okay.
As well as I went to a Christmas show thrown by Matt Rogers. Matt, do you know who Matt Rogers is?
No.
It's comedian. He's very funny. He puts on a Christmas musical review that is just spectacular.
And you think it's okay to go to a show with a guy who has my name?
Yes. It's so common, Matt. Did you?
Okay, you're right.
But you may also know Matt Rogers as the longtime collaborator and comedy partner of rumored next Wolverine, Bowen Yang.
I have heard that. I don't know where I've heard that, but I've heard that. So
I think physically he would make a good Cyclops. Like to me, he looks like Cyclops. You put him in a pair of sunglasses, red sunglasses, and you can say, okay, that's Cyclops.
Honestly, you put anybody in a pair of red sunglasses and you say that's Cyclops.
That's fair. Personality-wise, I just don't think it matches. He's very fit. Okay. He has a good head of hair.
Okay. 2 important things about Cyclops. So far, you're selling me on this guy being Cyclops.
I know, but he's too joyous, even in his acting. And I'm trying to figure out.
No. That is not Cyclops.
He'd be more of he'd be a good Bobby Drake, I think.
Okay.
He, unlike Bowen Yang, is very hairy. So he would probably have to shave a bit or we can, just like we will with Bowen, we'll fix it in post. We'll cut Matt Rogers' saying hair off his body and put it on Bowen Yang.
How was the show, Patrick?
It was very good. It was very funny. I get a little overwhelmed with concerts sometimes, just from a sensory perspective. So I had to step away for a minute or two, but it was at a venue that very much gives you the space for that. So yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad that happened to you.
Yeah. Thank you. What else are you glad for, Matt? It's New Year's Day. What are you grateful for?
What am I thankful for? We'll, like we all do, we go around the table on New Year's Day and we tell each other what we're thankful for. You know what? I'm thankful.
Big New Year's supper.
I'm thankful for Professor Xavier, who I never have said a bad thing about in my whole life. And I don't think anyone else ever has either. What? Is there a problem? What? Tell me.
I don't know, Matt. You might need to walk that back with Uncanny X-Men number 168. Professor Xavier is a jerk.
What? Do you want me to read it to you?
I do, Matt. It sounds so good. Please read.
All right. Chris Claremont was the writer. This was Uncanny X-Men 168. Did you say that? Yes, you did.
Yes.
Chris Claremont is the writer. Paul Smith is the penciler. Bob Wyacek is the inker. Tom Orzakowski is the letterer. Glynis Ween is the colorist. Louise Jones is the editor. And Jack Shithead is the editor-in-chief. Release date, January 11th, 1983. Cover date, April 1983. Pat, Professor Xavier is a jerk! Shouts Kitty in an absolutely iconic splash page, an instant classic.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Pat, describe the panel to me, and then I want to talk about.
So good. So it's a full splash page, but it is just her basically hips up so that they can show her butt, of course. Yeah. She's walking out the front door. There are action lines and her hair is sweeping in a way that shows us that she abruptly turned back to yell at whoever she's walking away from.
Yes.
Like the action is just immediately apparent. Again, you can see it happening as if it's animated. Mm-hmm. Her face is rageful. I would say her mouth is wide open. Like a lot of times we get closed mouth characters with balloons, but her mouth is wide open. It looks like she's forming the word jerk. Her eyebrows are super furrowed. She's also wearing a sick jacket. It is like that 80s sort of puffy jacket with retro stripes on it. They didn't call them retro stripes back then. They just called them stripes, but just a great color combination over a sweater that's over a button-up. This is an outfit that I would wear, except for the very tight pink ski pants.
I think you could wear tight pink ski pants.
I could. I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I think you could.
Uncomfortable.
Well, I think you could. So I honestly wonder, how do you think this came about? Like, do you think this was in the script, or do you think this was a
Paul Smith
idea? Yeah.
I don't know. It's so, the action in the animation is so defined that it makes me feel like it's artist led, but
right. And like this was a restrained Chris Claremont, right? This could have been 9 captions about Kitty being mad at Chris or at Professor Xavier.
Yeah, he loves 9 captions.
But instead, he has the, vision to just, it
Patience.
just says Professor Xavier's a jerk. So anyway, we zoom out and see that Kitty is talking to Illyana, complaining about being forced to leave the X-Men. Illyana, being a good friend, straight up tells Kitty she's being a brat. Illyana fucking dives in for the kill. Fair or not, Kitty has been complaining about it for days, just moping about something she can't change. She's also not considering the relative size of her trauma with that of Illyana's or many of her other roommates that she's been complaining to.
Yeah,
Illyana,
this is the worst thing that's ever happened to her.
Illyana takes the Aurora Monroe school of guilt. Remember how, when somebody's like, man, I can't believe how bad this thing is. Aurora's always like, yeah, well, did you see your parents die in front of you? And Illyana's doing the exact same thing where she's like, yeah, well, you didn't lose your entire childhood to the limbo.
It puts things in perspective for sure. Because, the truth is, Kitty is being a brat. I love that it's been days since Professor X was like, Kitty, you're no longer on the X-Men, you're joining the New Mutants. And she is still complaining to the most traumatized people on Earth about having to join another class in the same school.
In the same school. Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, we zoom out even further as the narrator reveals that the 2 girls are being watched by alien eyes from somewhere in the mansion.
I recognize these eyes immediately. We won't spoil it here, but I saw them. I was like, I know it.
Cut to another part of the mansion where Wolverine and Nightcrawler are having another one of their famous buddy chats. Logan is explaining that he needs some time alone to a wistful Kurt, who will definitely miss him. They chat about Kitty's fate. They both agree that it's a little unfair to Kitty, but Logan feels she's proven herself enough to overcome Kurt's concerns about her youth.
Fucking, these conversations are always good.
They're so good.
Wolverine apparently is also a hard existentialist, which you think would be difficult for somebody who can live through everything. But
he's like, we're all dying from the moment we're born, except for you, Wolverine. Except for you, actually. You're a guy that's not true
for everyone else, just not for himself.
So, also, fucking Paul Smith's Wolverine is perfect. It's just perfect. Like, okay, when he draws Wolverine's face, it's a little like scrunched up, like fucking goblinish, but you pull out a little bit and his figure of Wolverine, the way he captures Wolverine's like posture and his movements is so perfect.
Yeah. This is how a stout muscular man moves.
Who's confident in who he is. All right, so we cut to yet another part of the mansion, the danger room, where Lalandra is coaching Xavier on his physical therapy. Through internal monologue, they both explain that his inability to walk in his newly cloned body is purely psychosomatic, but it's a block that he cannot overcome. The concentration required to use his legs would overtake the concentration required to use his psychic abilities. Then the conversation turns to their relationship. Lalandra has to return to the Empire and take back the throne from her sister Deathbird, while Xavier feels an obligation to lead and care for the new mutants popping up. Once again, we see a part of this alien creature watching all this from the control room and getting hungry.
Uh-oh.
Xavier blames the fact that he went to space for Jean's death.
Yeah, he kind of mentioned that back, like, during Dark Phoenix, but...
Like, I shouldn't have gone to space. I did this.
Essentially look at the chaos that erupted while I wasn't here.
Right.
I don't think it's a it's a sentiment that comes from a good place. I think it's
No.
still him placing himself as like this father figure to adults.
Right. Right. Yeah.
If I had been here to protect my baby, the fucking Dark Phoenix.
Maybe he thinks he would have killed her. Maybe he thinks he would have just shut her brain down and made her dead.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That would have been wild. That would have been crazy, dude.
Cut to Stevie Hunter's dance studio at 73 Willingdon Road, Salem Center, New York.
She's no longer in the city. She changed locations, and this is her exact address.
If you guys happen to go to 73 Willingdon Road, I'm going to put this into Google right now.
Yeah, let's find it.
Let's find it. Let's
go. Let's do a little podcast field trip.
All right. North Salem. Okay, I'm in Salem Center, New York.
Okay.
And I'm zooming in. What's the name of the road?
Willingdon.
Okay, there's no Willingdon Road in Salem Center. Shit.
It actually would have been kind of fucked up if this were a real address and he put the entire thing in the comic.
So Stevie's starting to get frustrated with Kitty's lack of focus and short fuse and gives her the same speech Ileana did. She's being a brat and letting it affect her friends and teammates. Stevie, however, is able to convince Kitty to try persuading the professor instead of just complaining all the time. And Kitty smiles for the first time this issue as she starts planning her shot.
Honestly, Chris Claremont is putting on a masterclass of how to talk to a teenager when they're being a little shit.
Yeah. Early the next morning, just before dawn, we find Storm outside in the snow, climbing the east ridge of the property wearing only a white fur cloak. She's been too far from Earth for too long and is grateful to be able to connect with her native elemental forces again. She disrobes as the sun begins to rise, obviously, and readies herself for communion with the Earth. That's what I call it, too.
Getting naked.
It's time for my communion with the Earth. Everybody out! It's time for my communion with the Earth. But she's quickly taken by surprise by a squall that she didn't summon, blowing her off the ridge and sending a chill through her body despite her immunity to extreme temperatures. She cries out in anguish as she questions why she's been forsaken.
Oh, I can't wait to get back to that.
Cut to a montage. A very funny, like a legitimately funny.
Yeah, very cute.
Claremont's not always funny, but this was funny. There's a montage of Kitty over the next few days doing everything she can to impress the professor, but logical arguments, impassioned arguments, high performance, and even heavy flattery, she calls him handsome, don't seem to convince him in the least. At least she doesn't call him sexy.
That's true. That would have been really strange.
They throw that around a lot in this era of the X-Men, the word sexy. She stresses about her studies. Maybe the professor is right. It's tough to balance her studies with both being an X-Man and wanting to be a normal teenager, which comes into clear view when she has to turn Peter and Ileana down for some good old-fashioned wood chopping. Hey, Kitty, want to come chop some wood with us? She offers to make mulled cider for them while they're finished, though, and decides to see who else is around and would like some by using the home scan program. But yeah,
what?
The home scan program.
Oh,
do you never run your home scan program?
No. Does this just come default on most computers?
Yeah, any computer that's in a house has a home scan program, and it tells you who's in the house at all times. You just have to run it, and people always forget to run it.
Okay, I'll do a little command spacebar search for it on my Mac.
But while scanning every living presence in the mansion, she finds an anomaly in the tunnels that run underneath the entire mansion.
Remember that? From the New Mutants? They have tunnels that,
they have
go
tunnels
under the entire property.
Well, so did... remember that's where she fought the Sidrian Hunters before?
Yeah, but that was a tunnel that got her to... the hangar. These are
so many
secret tunnels that run under the entire mansion.
It's like Professor X was like, I really like that tunnel. Let's Let's do more. We could fit more. Meanwhile, we catch up with a few other X-Men. Scott tries to rekindle the flame between he and Lee Forrester during a brief stop in Florida before he heads off to Alaska to meet his grandparents. Kurt similarly surprises his magical girlfriend Amanda Sefton in her Central Park South apartment with candles and champagne. And yeah.
This was the point at which I was like, oh, we're just doing a catch-up issue. We're just figuring out where everybody's at.
Man, there's a moment when Scott is catching up with Lee where she's like, Scott, you walked into my life, and ever since, things have been so crazy. Yeah, like when Despair, the supervillain Despair, showed up and possessed your dad, made him kill himself, and then possessed your dad's corpse and made him die in front of you, and Man-Thing came to save you!
It's been so fucking crazy.
It's just been so weird, you know? It's just been a little nuts around here.
I love Scott approaches her as she's working on a boat, and she's like, oh, let me get changed real quick, and changes into Daisy Dukes and a button-up shirt that she ties on as like a bra, as a
she's
bikini
like,
top.
Let me just get nude real quick.
They're both just booty calls, right?
Yeah.
Cyclops flies to Florida. Kurt teleports himself to Manhattan.
And he's sitting with a Nightcrawler doll right in front of his own dick.
Who made that? It's specifically a Bamf doll. The Bamfs from Kitty's Fairy Tale.
Yeah, I assume Kitty sewed it.
She was humiliated by the whole thing.
Kitty phases down to the tunnels to find that something here has deliberately bit through a main cable and taken most of the lights down in the tunnels. She alerts the professor mentally just before she screams. But it's okay. She was just startled by the alien presence that's been watching them. The little dragon that saved them on the Brood World!
What?
The little brat dragon!
The little guy!
She says, oh, it's my dragon!
This was my moment.
No time for that now, though. There's another alien presence here. Baby Siderian Hunters!
Remember them? Remember those guys? They blew up the mansion?
As Xavier surmises, they must have left behind a nest of eggs in the tunnels before destroying the mansion. Aha, I knew it. Then why didn't you do something about it, you dipshit? You rebuilt this. You rebuilt this.
Nest of eggs.
And you were like, let's leave it. Let's leave it be.
Yeah, they're in the tunnels.
He tells Kitty to get out of there immediately, but she's zapped by the hunter before she can react. Stunned to the point that she can't phase, but not to the point that she can't move, she decides her best option is to fight. Channeling Wolverine's lessons and stank face. Pat.
What?
You made
That's what she does. She puts on Wolverine's stank face.
She springs into action, and to her surprise, so does the dragon. Kitty judos them while the dragon blasts them with fire, and the two almost take them all out. Almost. The dragon, who Kitty is now calling Lockheed.
Her dragon from Kitty's Fairy Tale.
Exactly.
There's a really cute moment when the professor's like, what's happening? And she's like, it's okay, me and Lockheed are taking care of things. And he goes, who's Lockheed? And she goes, my dragon. And he goes, what? Very funny.
I think it's significant that she just immediately calls him Lockheed in her brain. Like, I think it's significant the first time she calls him Lockheed is psychically, because it's almost like it's the first name that pops into her head. And normally we would go through processes of like filtering our thoughts before they come out of our mouth. But a guy's reading her thoughts.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, Lockheed. And she's, fuck, damn it. I'm so embarrassed. I didn't mean to call him Lockheed. Okay, he's Lockheed now. So the dragon, who Kitty's calling Lockheed, disappears around a corner when Kitty gets zapped again, leaving her cornered with her head ringing too heavily to phase or run. She readies herself for the killing zap when Colossus jumps in front of the beam. In my armored form, monster, I am composed of solid organic steel. I am virtually indestructible. Given time, perhaps, you might do me injury. And right now, the Cider Hunter's like, Jesus Christ, just kill me. Jesus, how much more do you have to say?
Just slow walking towards him so
Give
he
it
can get
time.
the whole speech out.
Give it time. You might do me injury, but such time you no longer have. And he crushes the last hunter himself.
Oh, it's so good.
He explains that he came running as soon as the professor put out a mind call. The two of them decide to find and take out the nest, but as it turns out, Lockheed has already done that.
Oh.
The remaining Sidrian hunter's eggs were just the meal he's been looking for.
It's very cute. He walks out like a puppy, licking his chops.
Back in Xavier's office, the professor debriefs Kitty and Peter while noting that the dragon seems highly intelligent, can understand what they're saying, and seems immune to his psychic probes.
Ooh.
He's also very impressed with Kitty's performance and maturity while facing a deadly threat. He says he's never seen Kitty in action before. Is that true? When she appeared, he was in space. And she didn't fight the Phoenix with everyone else.
But
and
she was there. She took action. Yeah, you might be right actually, because he went catatonic. I think almost immediately after they were reunited.
Right. Didn't he see her fight? Am I wrong in seeing her? He saw her fight Magneto, though, right? When Magneto kidnapped everybody?
Did he? Would he have been there? Oh, I guess he would have at least, like... Right, he was on a boat off the coast.
Right. He wasn't there when they...
known that she was...
Like, he wasn't there when she fought Garrock, but he knew of it. And then...
Yeah, same with the demon that chased her through the mansion when she was alone. Like, there's plenty that he knows about, but he's never actually watched her or been maybe psychically connected to her during a fight.
I guess so. I guess that's the case, right? I don't know.
That's interesting.
Okay. So he decides that he'll allow Kitty to remain on the X-Men on a probationary status, provided she can keep up with her schoolwork. Kitty, needless to say, is thrilled.
Oh.
On our final page, we see the Summerses, Scott, Alex, and Corsair, arrive in Anchorage, but instead of Scott's grandparents picking them up at the airport, it's a young, red-haired lady that gives everyone a pause because she looks exactly like Jean Grey.
What?
And sounds exactly like Jean Grey, but she calls herself Madeline Pryor.
Whoa.
The end.
Whew.
Wow.
Madeline Pryor. That strange little girl from the hospital.
All grown up. All grown up with new hair.
There's a couple of really good moments. More than once, Kitty refers to the New Mutants team as the X-Babies, which, as you've explained, was Claremont and Louise Jones's term for the New Mutants because they didn't feel like dealing with them.
They didn't want to do the New Mutants, and so they called them the X-Babies, and so does Kitty. Man, when Nightcrawler is at Amanda Sefton's house for the booty call, he's like, I thought, you had this doll, but I thought you could use the real thing. And the scene ends with Amanda Sefton saying, "Yum!" Ew!
You know what happens after that, man.
Ew! Ew!
Yum!
I love your fur. I love the way your fur tastes.
Here's a real question for you, Matt. Is Stevie Hunter supposed to be British?
That's not a real question.
It is a real question. I'm asking.
No, she's not British. She's from New York.
No, she lives in, or she
Yeah,
lived and worked in New York. She's moved out of New York by now, but that doesn't mean she was born and raised in New
I
York,
think
right?
she was born and raised in New York.
The reason I ask is because she tells Kitty that she's trying too bloody hard. And that is my only lead that we're going on here. But there's nothing to establish that she has an accent one way or the other. It could have been British this entire time.
Well,
can you prove to me she's not British?
She eventually becomes a congresswoman in Connecticut. Does that prove it?
No. If she became president, that would prove
in
that
Connecticut.
She's
she became president of Connecticut,
or that she was born natively in America.
There's a poster on Kitty's wall that says "The Legion eats quiche," and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
What?
Yeah. So I looked it up. Apparently, this is a reference to the Legion of Superheroes. So maybe like a dig at Dave Cockrum. And there was a book that was out at the time called "Real Men Don't Eat Quiche."
Okay.
And it was like a joke. I think it was like a joke about masculinity.
Yeah.
Like it's not legitimately saying real men don't eat quiche. It's making fun of the sort of guy who would say that. But
a lot of people just took it at face value as a phrase.
Exactly. The same thing happened with like ironic homophobic stuff in the 90s. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that in Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Was supposed to be like making fun of their own homophobia. But I heard every middle-aged person that I ever met in the 90s say, not that there's anything wrong with that, to either make fun of somebody for acting kind of gay or for making fun of an actual person for being gay. So, I don't know. So the Legion eats quiche. They're not real men. Probably because half of them are women and they're also all children. But
could also, maybe Kitty is just a hardcore misogynist.
Yeah. She's a trad wife.
We don't know. I do want to say her being determined to fight the Sadrian hunters is fucking cool. And it's crazy that she's able to take them on. I know they're just babies, but like pushing that aside, she really does harken back to like, okay, I have been trained by the best fighter in the world, Wolverine. Right. And I am going to remember what he taught me here and do my best. And she legitimately puts on her best Wolverine face, which is incredible detail by Paul Smith to be able to show Kitty's face trying to emulate Wolverine's face. Stank face.
You gotta stop saying stank face. She fist fights indestructible aliens.
Yeah. She's tossing them around and then just leaving them vulnerable to Lockheed's flames.
Yeah. Pat.
Yes.
I remember earlier today, you were telling me, you were like, Matt, I read something special today. Do you remember?
Yeah. What I said, Matt, was I read X-Men Special Edition #1.
Yeah, but that's just Giant Size X-Men #1 reprinted though, right?
Yes, but
okay. Well, then we don't need to cover what?
Yeah. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
To the butt of that issue where they added 12 extra pages.
No way.
Titled A Day Like Any Other.
Oh, okay.
Chris Claremont, writer, Dave Cockrum, and Hilary Barta, artists. Tom Orzechowski and David Cody Weiss, letterers. Did they switch teams halfway through?
Is it just that Dave Cockrum? No, I have no idea.
Quit in the middle of it.
I hate this.
Not Andy Yankus though. He is consistently the colorist. Louise Jones editor and Dim Tudor's chief. It just says chief here. Release date November 2nd, 1982. Cover date February 1983. Kitty Pryde is home alone and in a bad mood, which means one thing for her. It's time to exercise.
Yeah, that's what she does. Either when she's home alone or in a bad mood, every single time.
It works. However, her bad mood causes her to push too hard and slip up, falling on her face. Fortunately, it turns out she wasn't home alone, as Ileana rushes in to help her up. Kitty takes this as an opportunity to explain literally everything about the X-Men and the mansion to Ileana.
Ileana's got to be like, oh, great.
Yeah, a full tour of the mansion. Thanks. You.
I've had this multiple times now.
They start in the danger room with its training routines and holographic environments, then move through the basement where Kitty tells us there's a bunch of workshops and an entire spa.
Yeah, wow.
Next, they take the palm-activated elevators up to the central wing, making sure to clarify that if the power goes out, there's also emergency stairs. In the central wing where Xavier's bedroom and study are, plus the common rooms and Cerebro. In the attic is Aurora's room filled with plants, a skylight, and a fireplace.
Yay.
They stop for a moment to talk about Storm's 2,000-mile walking journey from Cairo to the Serengeti when she was younger, where she killed a man and fell in love.
Remember that?
I do. She fell in love with T'Challa.
The
Prince
Black
T'Challa,
Panther.
the Black Panther.
Yeah.
They move on to the West Wing, where Jean Grey's room sits empty next to Scott's room full of sentimental pictures and model aircraft.
Yeah, apparently Scott's really into, like...
What a dork.
Yeah. There's a model of the Blackbird. There's a model of, like a space shuttle.
Wolverine's room is littered with beer cans and a mix of cowboy stuff and Japanese stuff, with framed photos of Mariko Yoshida and Carol Danvers. Kurt's room is piratey and romantic with a jungle gym in the rafters and apparently a baby pterodactyl that I guess Kurt stole from the Savage Land.
What the fuck?
He's keeping in the little canary cage.
What the fuck?
I don't think you're allowed to do. I think Customs would like to have a word.
Did he go back to the Savage Land by himself, or was that under his costume when they went to? Where they went to Japan and then
right, the last time they were in the Savage Land, they did not go immediately home.
No, they were on a ship to Japan and then and he just had it in his jacket. It's his room is so funny because it's there's a big jungle gym on top and there's a bunch of piratey stuff. But then there's also women's boots lying on the floor and 2 champagne glasses sitting right next to the fireplace.
Well, his room is sick, dude.
Yeah.
First of all, it has 25-foot ceilings. It's got a Kurt Rupert. It's got a 6-foot portrait of himself as a pirate on the mantle of his private fireplace,
holding an extra rapier with his tail.
Yeah. It's got his own private gym and, of course, the tiny pterodactyl. It's also got a single poster on the wall for Captain Blood, which is a 1935 movie starring Errol Flynn as Captain Blood.
While Wolverine's room has a sleeping bag on the floor.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bed. They move on to Peter's room full of sports stuff and art stuff, and then stop in their own joint room where Kitty changes into a swimsuit, Ileana's swimsuit, while Ileana grills her about her relationship with Colossus. He's 19 and she's 14, which Ileana points out is older than Juliet when she met Romeo.
God damn it, stop it.
Romeo was also 14 at the time. They were age matched.
I know.
Kitty talks about her feelings a bit, but changes the subject when Ileana says she must be in love. As they walk out past the pool to the lake, a bald man watches them on a monitor, menacingly talking about how the mansion is theirs and they have a surprise in store for the children.
It's Warhawk again.
Here's an insane detail about the mansion. That ice rink that we've seen them skating on for 20 years now. Apparently, it's just them letting the Olympic swimming pool freeze over.
Well, they also have an indoor swimming pool, so they can just let it freeze over.
Let the outdoor one freeze. That's such bad pool maintenance.
Think about how much of like shock serum or whatever they'll have to pour into it after it unfreezes.
Also, it's just filled with chlorine. Kitty worries about her parents' divorce, but dons a scuba tank and pulls Ileana into the lake mid-conversation.
Okay.
In that damn boathouse. There's this fucking boathouse all of a sudden.
Why does it make you so mad that they have a boathouse?
Because where did the boathouse come from? If there was a boathouse before, why weren't you hanging out there?
Because they're adults. Only kids hang out at a boathouse.
They swim down into an airlock and find themselves in the Blackbird's hangar, where they dry off and get changed and talk about boring aircraft specs.
God, for like 2 pages.
Teenage girls talking about
it sucks
fucking
so
aeronautics.
Bad. I like skipped like 3 panels because I was like, this is just fucking aeronautic shit.
They look at a holographic map of the mansion and the grounds on Graymalkin Lane surrounded by woods. It's 40 miles from New York City and 7 miles outside of Salem Center, where Stevie Hunter lives. Suddenly, the intruder alarm goes off.
No, it's Warhawk!
They hop in the trams that take them through the underground tunnels from the hangar to the mansion and sneak up to the living room where the intruder is.
Warhawk!
Ileana pushes Kitty through the door where the X-Men, the Starjammers, Stevie, Lilandra, and the New Mutants are all gathered around a cake and a punch and a banner that says, "Happy birthday, Kitty." She kisses Peter and thanks Ileana for a great day. The end?
Okay, so Warhawk wasn't there, I guess.
No, it was actually all of the X-Men and the Starjammers and the New Mutants.
And Stevie and Ileana and Lilandra. And
at this point, I think Stevie Hunter is a member of the New Mutants. She's their proctor.
She's somewhere in between a New Mutant and an X-Man.
It's a great group shot. It is everybody we've met that is friends with the X-Men in the last few years gathered around.
And Ch'ad is just huge, just towering over everyone else.
Taking over most of the...
yeah.
It was really sweet. It was
cute.
It is. They mentioned specifically that it's not another birthday. This is her celebrating the birthday that she missed while she was kidnapped by the Brood.
You tell me.
You tell me, Matt.
No, you tell me. How about you tell me? Why don't you tell me? Maybe you should tell me, though. Because
it's your turn.
I know it's my turn, but like also you just did a short one and I wrote this next one.
Fine, Matt, I will tell you about New Mutants number 4.
Okay.
Who's scaring Stevie?
Okay.
Chris Claremont, scripter, Sal Buscema, penciler, Bob McLeod, finisher, Glynis Wein, colorist, Tom Warzakowski, letterer, Louise Jones, editor, and Jim Stupor, editor-in-chief. Release date February 22nd, 1983. Cover date June 1983. Stevie Hunter has been getting harassing phone calls, promising to come get something from her. Karma catches the end of the call and tries to persuade Stevie to get help, but Stevie refuses. As Shan walks out, a little redheaded student of Stevie's named Peter Bristow has let himself in and sat down at the piano. Peter Bristow, Matt? Who the fuck is Peter Bristow?
Yeah, it's Peter Bristow.
Some little nerd.
It's just some little nerd named Peter Bristow.
At the mansion, the rest of the New Mutants play frisbee in the snow using Wolfsbane and Cannonball's powers until Sam Guthrie crashes into a tree. Dani throws a sick frisbee.
Yeah,
she's very good at this.
She's like, I'm so good at throwing a frisbee. You have to turn into a wolf, and Sam has to blast. And this is, by the way, can't be hurt when I'm blasting. Count 4, 5.
I believe it's number 5, actually. If we're counting the number of issues he's said it in so far in 4 issues,
I think we need to count how many times he said it.
Yeah. If we're counting individually, this is the 5th time in 4 New Mutants issues.
Oh, okay.
And a graphic novel.
Okay. All right. Well, He actually doesn't say it. I'm just going to say now, spoiler alert, he doesn't say it for the rest of this episode.
Not true.
It is true.
You missed one.
All right.
I caught it.
Okay. All right.
But
Fine.
it's-
Well, let's see.
They all get called telepathically to Professor X's study, running into Lalandra on the way.
Oh, wait, hold on. I also want to say, Cannonball, when Professor X calls them, Cannonball's like, it scared the beans out of me.
He's so funny. He's like, he's calling us all in to yell at me for breaking that tree. He's so sure
he's like, shit. That must have been his favorite tree. What a good boy. Also,
Lalandra offers them mulled cider here,
which Kitty made.
Is this the mulled cider? Because she takes credit for making it. Lalandra does. Is this the mulled cider that Kitty was making for everyone?
And Lalandra's like, I made you mulled cider.
We know for a fact she ran the home scan app. Lalandra was present. The New Mutants worked because they were playing outside frisbee.
Yeah.
Fucked up. The professor, gathering them all together, wants to address the insect larva in the room. When he formed the New Mutants, he was possessed by the brood. Very clever, man.
What?
It gathered the students to be hosts for its offspring, yet Xavier still feels that the reasons he originally gave for reforming the school are sound. When given the choice, the mutants agree to stay together and stay at Xavier's school.
This is actually like a good moment, I think. Like the fact that they address it, that it was the brood mother who formed the New Mutants, technically. And then Xavier being like, look, I think it'd be a good idea for you to stay here. You don't have to.
Right, because the real Xavier was being like, no, I don't want to form a new team. And Moira made a compelling and realistic case.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be reasonable to say the professor did make this decision, but also we're blaming it on the brood here, and his reasoning for continuing it is Moira's reasoning from a few issues back.
Right. I liked this speech. Really.
Yeah. Just a nice little extra detail. And then
he also mentions he's also like, unlike popular opinion, or contradictory to popular opinion, I don't read people's minds without their permission. Let's see how that holds up.
Yeah. Jean then brings Stevie's stalker problem to everyone's attention, and they all decide that, despite her protests, they want to help her. Xavier decides not to stop them, but instead asks them to submit a plan and treat this as a learning opportunity. After they leave, Lalandra and Xavier talk about how rebellious Dani Moonstar seems.
Because Professor Xavier read her mind.
Right, during that meeting where he was saying, I would never.
The literal next panel, he reads her mind. Unbelievable.
Lalandra feels a kinship with Dani because she, too, was once defiant in the face of authority out of fear of the future and her responsibilities. Xavier considers that he once would have tried to break Dani, as with his other students, but now wishes to earn her respect as a leader. Then they fuck.
Lalandra
and Xavier.
Yes.
Yeah. New Charles Xavier's turning over a new leaf.
Yes.
Now that he just committed that one little indiscretion after.
So he probably won't do that again. He probably won't. Yeah. He probably won't read anybody's, especially his students' thoughts without their permission ever again.
He's a brand new Charles Xavier. He's ready for this new generation.
Yep.
In Salem Center, Bobby DaCosta is installing a phone tracer on Stevie's phone, and after several hours, the stalker calls. So Roberto and Xavier team up to invent caller ID is what happens here.
Yeah, they invent caller. And the caller ID device is so big and seems to have like a whirring helicopter propeller on top of it.
An actual engine that needs to run.
Also, Father Bowen mentioned.
Yes.
She's like, I left
Father Bowen. She ends young siblings. They drive to the location of the caller and find a phone booth. Wolfsbane shifts to wolf form and helps track the scent of the last person to use the phone. Through the psychic rapport they share when Rain is a wolf, she communicates to Dani that they're looking for a young boy, and they follow the trail to a high school.
Have we met any young boys lately?
I don't know. It's could be any young boy. There's
so many
out
young
there.
boys in Salem Center, New York.
What if it's Sam Guthrie? So they follow the trail to a high school. It's the night of the dance that they were invited to by those kids at the mall. Remember, Matt?
Remember them?
Wolfsbane discovers that in her wolf form, she can see the patterns of people's body heat, essentially reading their emotions.
Like all wolves do.
I think
You know
there's a
how
legitimate
wolves do
case
that?
to be made for canines being
that
able to
canines
sense
can
the...
read the body heat of
I
everybody.
think it's more pheromonal than body heat, but they can sense emotions based off your body's activity.
In this comic, because she has to see it through a window, they say she can see their body heat radiating off of them.
So she and Sam stay outside and watch while Stevie, Bobby, Dani, and Jan head into the dance. Immediately, Rain sees Peter Bristow's body patterns turn to shock and fear.
Who?
Rain?
No.
Peter Bristow?
Who's that?
Oh, that's the little kid that we met earlier.
I don't remember.
Rain sees Peter Bristow's body patterns turn to shock and fear as he spots Stevie. She communicates this psychically to Dani, who alerts Stevie. Stevie calls out to Peter and he panics. Peter Bristow.
Who's
the little red-haired kid with glasses, a real little dork.
I don't remember.
Attends Stevie's dance academy.
I don't know. I don't remember him.
But anyway, she calls out to Peter and he panics, pushing them aside and fleeing very dramatically. The violence causes Rain to leap through a window as a wolf, chasing Bristow down while all the students start running around in a panic. Peter Bristow, Matt. Peter Bristow.
I don't. This is the first I've heard this guy's name.
So Bristow manages to get to his car before Wolfsbane catches him. So Cannonball blasts off after him. In his panic, though, Bristow fails to notice a woman and her child crossing the street. So Sam has to change paths, grabbing them out of the way. Despite never making a successful turn while blasting, Sam gives it his all to avoid smashing into a building with the pedestrians and succeeds.
Whoa.
Firing himself straight up and then slowing his fall by doing short bursts upwards all the way back to the ground.
I never think of Cannonball's powers as flatulence. Like it never, like that, the thought never has occurred to me ever until this scene when it's just these little like
as he
all the way down.
Back down.
Yeah.
I bet it smells different.
Different. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he also, while he's rescuing, we're not going to count this one, but while he's rescuing this mother and daughter, he mentions that they are invulnerable while he blasts, much like himself.
So why didn't he just crash into the wall?
Yeah, why wouldn't
everyone was just invulnerable?
If everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah.
There's because he's still learning, I think.
Mm-hmm. Which is why he farts himself all the way down.
Meanwhile, Bristow crashes his car into a shack full of TNT and escapes into an abandoned factory pursued by mutants. He's flaming car. He knocks down the wall and he's like, oh no.
It's one of those TNT shacks that I've heard about. You know, they should have set this up earlier in the thing when like they were at the dance. They should have had two kids dancing and going, hey, did you hear about that guy who keeps filling shacks with TNT?
Despite his protests, Sunspot is left behind to watch Stevie, whose knee is acting up, and to stop the fire that Bristow's car started when it crashed. He pulls the car aside, but is surprised by an explosion where it just was, and spots the TNT surrounded by fire.
Ah! What? Why would this be here?
He alerts Professor X, who passes the message on to Karma and Psyche.
Psyche is Dani Moonstar, remember?
Yeah.
The worst name.
That
We've got to use it sometimes. We've got to use it sometimes.
Once in a while. Passes the message on to Karma and Psyche that the factory may fall apart around them at any moment. They hear a scream and run to find Bristow hitting Rain, the redhead kid.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Hitting Rain back in girl form with a pipe and yelling about how she was just a dog. Says, I must be going crazy. Whack, whack.
He hit her with a pipe. Jesus Christ, kid.
Karma possesses him instantly just as the TNT goes off and the factory starts to fall. Cannonball punches through, grabbing an unconscious Rain out of danger while Karma and Psyche follow behind, toting Bristow in his trance.
I've got a question that I have to ask. And we'll wait till the end of this episode, but I have a question I have to ask about Cannonball. So just remember, he's outside and he punches through the wall to pick up Wolfsbane and then shoots off.
Pull her out of danger. Yeah. Sunspot holds up the hole in the wall that Cannonball made until the three can escape and then leaps out of the way just in time. Back at Stevie's apartment, they confront Peter Bristow. When Stevie suggests... He's the redheaded kid from the very beginning of the issue.
I don't remember anything about this.
When Steve suggests telling his parents, Bristow freaks out. Professor X chimes in that, for some reason, Bristow's mind is too panicky to read, so suggests someone else try their powers. Knowing he means her...
Just say it. You should have just said it, Xavier.
Can anyone else use their psychic powers that are maybe based around fear and panic?
I wonder if any other psychic powers could work here.
Dani pulls an image of Bristow's deepest desire out into the air, and it's an image of him kissing Miss Hunter.
Ew.
She then pulls an image of his deepest fear and sees his father beating him with a belt.
Jesus Christ.
Bristow tries to attack Psyche, and Cannonball rips his shirt while attempting to hold him back, revealing lashes all over his back. When Bobby asks how his parent could hate him so much, Bristow says that they love him. He's just a bad boy and he deserves the punishment. When he started dancing at Stevie Hunter's studio, he fell in love with her instantly, but when she never punished him, he decided that she didn't love him and he wanted to get even with her because of it. He then collapses into Stevie's arms, crying. I'm reading this with some weight, but fuck you, dude.
Yeah, come on. That is not how people internalize that is so ridiculous.
Despite this, Xavier erases Peter Bristow's memory of the mutants, and they call the cops to have him arrested.
So he just finds a random guy and erases that guy's memory?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. He just wheels around until he finds some guy named...
saying, hey, you taught him a very valuable lesson today. Thankfully, I think we've stopped the cycle of abuse that was started here. But I do have to erase his entire memory of this incident.
Send him to prison! You'd think he would have erased the memory of that redheaded kid rather than who did you say it was? Who did you say this guy was?
As soon as page 1, Stevie is getting terrifying, harassing calls from some sort of pervert.
Yeah.
Page 3, there's a new nerdy teenaged boy introduced to us that shows up to class early all the time and does extra work for Stevie Hunter.
Yeah. What is up with Xavier, man? He's like, I am not going to erase, I don't read anyone's minds anymore. And he erases a kid's fucking memory?
Yeah. He's turning over a new leaf at the beginning of the issue. He is erasing a child's memory.
And he fucking And he keeps reading everyone's minds in the issue where he says he doesn't read kids' minds.
And like, the New Mutants aren't keeping anything a secret. Their faces are part of their costumes.
Right.
What's he erasing from Bristow's memory?
He's
Just a lesson?
He's editing in masks because he can't figure out how to make them look right. So he's just like, you guys don't have to wear masks. I'm going to just change everybody's memories from now on forever.
I know we just said it, but this ending is just trying to do way too much.
Yeah.
This guy is so horned up that he starts making harassing phone calls to the woman he's horned up for.
Okay.
That is not something anyone should do, but it's not unusual, right? It's a common experience, I think, for a lot of women.
I guess, yes. Yeah.
But actually, he was doing it because he was mad at her because he thought she should be hitting him like her parents do because he was in love with her.
Right.
And then he's humiliated by the discovery, right? Which is absolutely true. If you've ever seen a pervert caught, they are humiliated. They panic. They don't try to kill several people and then crash a flaming car into a shack full of TNT.
Well, I mean, how many perverts have you caught that had access to a shack full of TNT?
That's fair. I don't know. They don't loot perverts into the local shacks full of TNT. But it's like the other thing is Xavier is like, luckily we stopped him from beating his own children. He literally says we've stopped the cycle of abuse. So this guy would likely have beat his own children, and now he won't.
By sending this guy to fucking prison?
That's, well, that. But also, that's not the lesson anybody... This can just be a little fucking pervert. This can just be a little shit.
Mm-hmm.
Men, and especially teenagers, do this shit all the time. And not because they are damaged. It's because they feel they're owed sex. Like, that's where they have these emotions that they don't know how to express. And socially, the best way they can express them is through sexual conquest. Like, I don't mean to get too philosophical about this, but like, he's just a fucking shitty dude that needs to learn a lesson. He doesn't need to also have been abused by his parents and doing this because of some weird psychological chain of trauma.
It almost feels like Chris Claremont is just trying to understand a couple different phenomena at once without any experience or research. And it's just like, why would somebody harass a woman on the phone? Also, what would a kid who is beaten by his parents, how would they internalize that? So fucking talk to one.
Right. He does this all the time, right? Claremont does this all the time. And again, I don't mean to get up on a soapbox about this, but like, Stevie is the victim here.
Right.
She's the one that's being harassed. She's terrified to live at her own home because somebody keeps calling her and saying, I'm going to come get you. Presumably worse, if not for the fact that this was a comic for children. But by the end of it, we're supposed to feel sympathy for the guy that's actually victimizing Stevie Hunter, and Stevie's not even in the picture at this point. She's barely involved with the rest of the story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bad one. I think this is, I don't know. Yeah. This is a really bad issue. And who the fuck is Peter Bristow?
It's a good name. It's a good random guy comic book name.
Well, knowing Chris Claremont, he'll just name another character Peter Bristow later because he likes the name.
Yeah, that's like Mr. Sinister's real name.
All right. I want to tell you, Pat, about a much better comic.
No, you don't. You want to tell me about New Mutants number 5.
Heroes. Chris Claremont wrote this one. Sal Buscema penciled it. Bob McLeod did the inks. Tom Orzechowski did the letters. Glynis Wein is the colorist. Louise Jones is the editor. And it's some guy, it says Jim Shooter. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, is he the new
I guess
editor in
he's the
chief?
new.
Was
It
there a
says he's
change
the
here?
chief. I don't know.
Jim Shooter. Okay.
Anyway, release date March 22nd, 1983. Cover date July 1983. Xavier cries out in pain as he falls to the floor in his office. Lander rushes to help, and Charles explains that he shouldn't have tried to walk. Oh,
Aw.
man. He also has a framed photo in his office of a woman with red hair, but it's like a side view. Is that Jean Grey?
This is the rise of mall glamour shot photos.
Oh, so
I
this was
think that's what this is, because her hair is like fluffed up, kind of looks like it's in action. She's turned to the side, but like.
So this
in a
was a
way
glamour shot of
before-
Jean Grey.
I think so, yeah. Like a picture they took at the mall.
The resulting pain has severed his psychic connection with the new mutants, and he can't reestablish it.
Oh, no.
Everything should be fine, though, as Lalandra assures him what could possibly go wrong in just a few hours.
Right. They're going to be fine.
Cut to the carnival, where Stevie Hunter is chaperoning the new mutants as they play games, eat carnival food, and ride attractions as a reward for their recent efforts. They ride a fucking biplane.
Yes, there's just a guy with a plane. He's like, "Who wants to take a ride? $5."
And they get in it, and he does loop-de-loops. Was that a thing that used to happen at the fair?
I don't know, Matt, but I hope so. That sounds so fucking cool.
I want to do that. As they all take a break from the action, they stumble across Team America, getting their bikes ready for a reunion show they're about to put on at this very festival.
Matt, who is Team America?
Oh, are you ready? Cowboy, El Lobo, Honcho, Wrench, and Georgiana. Georgiana.
Are you ready? Cowboy, El Lobo, Honcho, Wrench, and Georgiana.
Are you ready? They're also called the Thunder Riders. All right, Pat. These people, all right. They appeared in Captain America 269 in February 1982, but by thing number 28 in 1985, June 1985, they were fucking gone and never seen again.
That was their last appearance.
Mm-hmm. They existed for 3 years. So in 1977, Evel Knievel's old promoter, what was this guy's name? Shelley Saltman.
Okay,
I promise this ties in. His old promoter wrote a book about him and made him look like, this is just from Wikipedia. I don't know where this quote came from, but an alcoholic, a pill addict, an anti-Semite, and an immoral person.
Yeesh.
So Evel Knievel flew to wherever he was recovering from, like a crash, and with 2 casts on his arms, flew to where Shelley Saltman was and beat him with an aluminum bat.
For calling him an immoral person.
So because of this, the Ideal Toy Company, which made Evel Knievel dolls. Also, Ideal Toy Company is the originator of the teddy bear.
Oh.
Anyway, so they made Evel Knievel dolls, but they were trying to distance themselves from him because he pleaded guilty to battery. And then I think in like 1981, he lost a civil suit to Shelley Saltman too.
Okay,
so
because
they
he
were
actually was a raging anti-Semite.
Right. So it was like, so this was around the time when it's like Evel Knievel was not somebody you wanted to be associated with. So they used all their molds and costumes and stuff for Evel Knievel, and they made a whole new set of motorcycle riders called Team America.
So these are all just the Evel Knievel molds, and they just give them each different colored hair? Is that the...
Yeah, and one guy different colored skin, but yeah.
Okay.
And it is like, their thing is they have superpowers. When they're all together, they can summon a 5th guy. So, okay, I think we don't... Cowboy and Georgiana are both not Team America. But Are You Ready, El Lobo, Honcho, and Wrench are all Team America. And those 4 guys, when they're together, they can summon a 5th guy like Captain Planet. But he's just another motorcyclist.
Can you stop asking me if I'm ready? Like, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm with you. I'm ready.
His
Whenever
name
you talk
is
about these guys.
Are You Ready?
Yes.
No, his name is Are You Ready?
Yes. Tell me his name already.
His name is Winthrop Rowan Jr., aka Are You Ready?
Now I get it.
So, yeah, those four. So like, it's okay. Me and you were in a sketch troupe once upon a time, right?
Yeah.
And there's four of us.
Yes.
Now imagine if we, every now and then, when we thought really hard, we got into a real bad situation, another comedian would just like appear out of our bodies, just like walk out and be like, "Hi, I'm another one."
And he's way better than us.
It was, yeah, that's fucking the Thunder Riders, dude. It is just, they can make another guy on a motorcycle.
Now, is that established before this issue? Okay.
Yes. But right. I don't know. I think what maybe is not established before this issue is that they just like take over a random person that's nearby.
Okay.
But also, I don't know. We're not following Team America. So, Roberto, a big fan of Team America, goes off to get their autographs. And they're all very personable, except for El Lobo the Wolf, who has no time for that now, and tells the kids to scram.
What a jerk.
Oh, man, I can't believe we have to explain all this stuff. Okay. As Cowboy explains why Honcho Wrench and Georgiana can't make it, we see a pair of binoculars watching Team America, disappointed that only half the team is there and referring to them as targets. Apparently, they're doing this show because Cowboy is starting what he calls a cycle school.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're qualified cyclists.
Yeah, so they do a cycle school. The New Mutants take their seats and wait for the big show to begin. And boy, is that show big. Team America spends 30 minutes jumping motorcycles over increasing numbers of buses and then prepares for their finale, a 50-mile race around the carnival track that must take another 45 minutes.
Yeah, it seems so awful.
All right, everybody. Now we jumped over 7 buses. So now watch us drive around in a circle for an hour. But as soon as the race starts, an explosion sends all 3 of them flying across the track immediately. Men in green jumpsuits and visors run in with guns to try and take Team America alive. With no hesitation, Sam Guthrie rockets to help. And with a little hesitation, Roberto, Sean, and Rain follow. Stevie also does her best to help.
She tries.
She
has a little panic moment, but she tries.
Yeah.
It's also very funny. So in this team, Jean is the one that says, I don't know if we should do this without our costumes. These costumes don't have masks.
You don't have masks?
You will look exactly the same.
Their effort is enough to knock the armed men off balance, giving Team America time to do what they do best. Run people over with motorcycles.
Yeah, that seems to be their primary fighting tactic.
2 silhouettes standing above and observing determine that the New Mutants have ruined their plan, but it still may be salvageable since their real target is the Dark Rider, a legendary figure that only appears when Team America are under attack and is able to rescue them every time. This is like the Green Ranger.
No.
Power Rangers, and then every now and then they summon the Green Ranger.
No.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I think you fundamentally misremember the story of the Green Ranger.
No, they call the Green Ranger.
This is not your first time getting it wrong.
They would call the Green Rangers the 5 Power Rangers, and they'd be like, hey, we need the Green Rangers' help.
Yeah, but he wasn't summoned. Like, he wasn't an entity that was just summoned by them. They would call for the Green Ranger.
No.
The Green Ranger would be like, okay, I'm on my way.
He was a boy named Tommy.
That's correct.
The silhouetted figures decide to jump into action themselves. The first we see is Silver Samurai, who finds Karma and Stevie climbing out of some rubble and demands they stay out of the action. Sean tries to possess him, but she's weak from having just possessed a man when he died.
Ugh.
And Silver Samurai knocks her aside and unconscious. Sam comes rocketing in, but with limited control of his direction, and Samurai knocks him aside too. El Lobo picks up a gun and sees his chance, but, well, he seems confused about how guns work, and he almost gets chopped in two by a ninja star.
Just further evidence that their primary way of fighting is running people over with their motorcycles.
So Silver Samurai is a character created by Steve Gerber and Bob Brown. He first appeared in Daredevil, then a bunch of Marvel team-ups, and Spider-Woman before this issue.
I think Steve Gerber is maybe the writer we talk about most without reading a single thing he's written.
Suddenly, the Dark Rider appears. Charging right at the Silver Samurai, Silver Sam pulls out his... What? Okay, Silver Samurai pulls out his energy sword and slices the front of the bike clean off, but the Dark Rider still lands effortlessly until, that is, the bike is destroyed by two of Silver Samurai's throwing stars.
You don't like my abbreviation for Silver Samurai?
There's already a character named Sam.
Yeah, there's Sam and Silver Sam.
If you throw two throwing stars at a motorcycle, it blows up.
It blows up. You know what really pisses me off is throwing stars are exclusively meant to be a distraction. It's a thing that you have to deal with because they're flying at you and they're sharp. They are not meant to actually cut things in half.
Dark Rider is down, and when their mask is pulled off, it turns out to be a girl?
What?
This is like Metroid all over again. And her face, it looks so familiar. Seeing Roberto and Rain running in wolf form at him, Silver Samurai grabs the Dark Rider and teleports out of there. Sam, Stevie, Jean, Roberto, and Rain regroup, but where is Dani?
Where is Dani, and why was that face so familiar?
It was Peter Bristow. No, all right. Elsewhere, Dani wakes up in a sterile metal room with bright lights and a single motorcycle. As she gathers her wits and realizes she remembers nothing since waiting for the Team America show to start, she turns to see three giant metal wheels covered in spikes rolling over to crush her.
Ugh.
A voice over the intercom tells her that this is a test. This is also like Metroid, by the way. This is a test, and her only hope is to escape via motorcycle. But she doesn't know how to start the damn bike and watches it get destroyed by one of the spike wheels as she jumps out of the way. But she can't hope to outrun these wheels forever, and when she finally falls, the wheel stops right in front of her. A door opens, and Silver Samurai appears to bring her out to our other silhouetted figure. The Viper!
Ooh.
Viper was created by Stan Lee and Jim Steranko. She was the leader of Hydra for a minute. She was Madam Hydra for a bit.
Yeah.
She first appeared in Captain America, then Spider-Woman, then here.
Ooh.
So if you notice, Silver Samurai and Viper, both their last appearance before this was Spider-Woman, which we can guess was most likely written by Chris Claremont.
Right, of course.
Right. So they don't seem to know, Silver Samurai and Viper, who Dani is or anything about her powers, but they're questioning her about being the Dark Rider?
What?
Dani gets mad pretty quickly and can't stop herself from pulling the Viper's deepest fear out of her head and manifesting it there in the room. Viper doesn't like this and slaps Dani, calling her a witch and promising to kill her eventually. Meanwhile, back in the mansion, Xavier is trying to piece together the story with Colonel Michael Rossi, who's now wearing like an all-black super spy uniform.
Yeah, he's James Bond now.
What the fuck? This was just like a guy, just a regular military colonel, and then he died in a helicopter accident, but was secretly not dead and has been hiding all this time so that he could save... What was it?
The New Mutants.
to save, yeah, so he could save the New Mutants, and now he's just like this weird super spy supporting character. What the fuck?
I think he's our new Fred Duncan or Peter Corbeau, like somebody with high government and or technological connections.
Why not use Fred Duncan?
Yeah. Where the fuck is Fred Duncan?
Fucking Colonel Rossi was dead. You didn't have to bring him back from the dead. You could have just used Fred Duncan.
Well, Fred Duncan's off in some Caribbean island under his alias Amos.
All right, so he's trying to piece together the story with Colonel Rossi, who provides him with government files on Silver Samurai, Viper, and the Dark Rider. Xavier reveals that, per Roberto, it was in fact Dani in Dark Rider's costume. Everyone's baffled. Xavier turns to Cerebro to see if he can find any clues, and after some celebrating, he's got the solution.
Cerebrating.
Pat...
You said celebrating.
Yeah, but because I wouldn't have expected you to have written cerebrating.
It's right there on the page. What is fine? What is the verb form of using Cerebro?
Using Cerebro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so mad. Can I quit the podcast?
No.
Okay.
Read it as written.
You know, also Xavier's like, this is so obvious, I should have thought of it immediately. Really? This is so obvious. The mechanics of Team America are so obvious, you should have thought of it?
It's when we get to this idea, it is a whopper. So,
but first we see Viper and Silver Samurai breaking into the bedroom of one of Team America. Who cares which one?
Not me.
And demanding they break into a fortress in the Sierra Madre Mountains and steal something for them. She's holding the Dark Rider hostage, who appears to be a helpless girl, and they'll kill her if he doesn't comply. He reluctantly accepts. Within the hour, the full Team America is at their HQ discussing this proposition when there's a knock at the door. It's Professor Xavier. He's here to explain that Team America is actually a collective Pat, it's so obvious. How could he not realize?
Of course. They're a collective mutant.
They're a collective mutant, a projecting gestalt. In moments of extreme danger, any one of them can summon the energy of the others to create a Dark Rider, but that Dark Rider takes the form of a bystander unless they learn to control it. It's so obvious, Pat.
Duh. How could he not have thought of this first?
Dani's only hope is for Team America to learn to control their powers and rescue her. After some heated discussion, Team America agrees. El Lobo having been the only holdout because he spent his time fucking fighting with a child.
He tries to pick a fight with fucking
Sunspot. Yeah.
El Lobo is Sunspot's hero.
Why get into a fight with a child? If a child is making fun of you, you're not like, one of these days I'm gonna kill you, child.
You child. Also, if you're going to pick a fight with a child, don't pick one that can wreck you. Sunspot would crush him.
Yeah. The New Mutants want to join to help, but Xavier says he doesn't have enough time to train Team America and guide the New Mutants on a mission. They'll just have to sit tight. Roberto objects, but Shan calms him down. Out of earshot.
Or for Xavier, maybe brain shot.
Of Xavier, she explains that the professor is only doing what he thinks is best, and thus so must the New Mutants. She's ready to lead them to Dani's rescue with or without the professor's permission. To be continued.
Whoa.
Also, Professor Xavier eavesdrops on that whole conversation with his psychic powers. He fucking can't stop reading people's minds after he specifically told us he doesn't do that.
Yeah, they cut back to him after it's for the final panel of the issue. They cut back to him going like,
I heard that.
I'm proud of them for being so passionate, but sounds like they're going off on their own.
God damn it. God damn it.
Matt,
God damn it.
What I'm more upset about is Team America.
Oh, okay. What's upsetting to you about Team America? Is there anything wrong with Team America?
They are incredibly stupid. Just like, what is the point? This is why we have such disdain for Jim Shooter and try to avoid even saying his name. But like, his mark on Marvel Comics is making deals with toy companies and shoehorning them into real comics like this.
But these are, okay, Pat, you might not have realized, these are 4 guys who ride motorcycles. And when they concentrate real hard, they can make another guy who rides a motorcycle but wears a black costume.
Which is, that black costume, by the way, is just the Evel Knievel outfit spray painted all black.
Yeah. Can you imagine, though, how cool it would be if 4 guys on a motorcycle could think really hard and make a 5th guy on a motorcycle?
Like Captain Planet. But with motorcycles.
And also
sound really cool.
Also no superpowers, just also rides a motorcycle and is kind of good at it.
He's better than you are.
Oh my God. All right.
It's so big. He's doing his best to make them interesting. I think this is a really he tries, and so this is the first I've ever heard of Team America. So this is also the first I ever heard of their power set. Yeah. And for an action figure that was supposed to be thrown in the trash, the complex set of powers that they've developed and the fact that it's gotten them here, you could argue is interesting. But
why would you argue that?
Yeah, exactly.
When you Google it, when you search it, there's the first thing that comes up is a Reddit thread that's like, New Mutants, what the fuck is Team America? All right. Well, all right, Pat. Tell me what the fuck happens to Team America, because apparently now they're being trained by Charles Xavier.
We got to read another issue about this?
Probably not. Why don't you just read the title of the thing? It's probably about something different.
Okay, New Mutants number 6, Road Warrior.
Fuck! Oh. God damn it.
Chris Claremont, writer, Sal Buscema, penciler, A. Gill and J. Tartag, finishers, Janice Chiang, letterer.
Are you on some sort of like, did you make friends with them? Like, these are nicknames you came up with for them?
Yeah, this is my shorthand for John Tartaglione and Albert Gilbert.
I think it is the famous inker Albert Gilbert.
Janice Chiang, letterer, George Russo's colorist, Louise Jones, editor, Jim Shooter, editor-in-chief, created by Chris Claremont and Bob McLeod. It is worth noting...
Okay.
Every New Mutants issue we've read so far, this episode has been Sal Buscema, not Bob McLeod.
Not Bob McLeod.
But Bob McLeod has been inking up until now. It looks like he's been taking off of inks as well by issue number 6.
Yeah. Bob McLeod hated the New Mutants.
Yeah. Go back and listen to our New Mutants episode for part 1 of this story.
And part 2 is just me repeating that he hates them.
Yeah.
we should go edit into the other one. Tune into the next episode for part 2.
Release date April 5th, 1983. You know what's significant about that date, Matt?
What date is it again?
It's my dad's birthday.
Okay.
Cover date August 1983. In a ritzy penthouse apartment in San Francisco, General Nyen Nok Koi is chilling with 2 lady friends of his. Remember him?
Yes.
When suddenly the New Mutants burst in through the door in the ceiling.
No!
Very X-Men, the way that they are destroying the entire room that they're entering by entering it.
And Cannonball just knows exactly where he should burst in so that he doesn't like kill somebody.
Yeah. Recognizing his niece, Jeanne, he orders his lady friends to shoot and kill all the children, But Jan possesses the
Jesus
women
Christ.
and makes them lie down and go to sleep as Wolfsbane pounces on the crime lord.
It just makes them lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting, the way that, like, her power is to possess people. Is she, like, possessing them and then having them think, like, oh boy, I'm very tired. And making them go through the process of getting into REM sleep.
I know, like, the idea that they could just lay down in the middle of a fight and go, I'm gonna go to sleep, is so wild.
Or, off panel, does she possess the two of them? They're already standing next to each other, and just have them bonk their two heads together.
Well, that's what they've done in so many other comics. He's going for something different here.
Well, Matt, if you have two people you need to knock unconscious, that's how you do it.
Yeah, you just knock their little heads together.
Knock their little heads together, like the Three Stooges.
Mm-hmm.
The team demands that he tells them all he knows about Viper, but he refuses.
What? Why do they think? Okay, go ahead.
Because he's a connected crime lord, and I actually think this is really cool that, like, this is a decision that an inexperienced crime fighter would make, right?
That the kids are like, let's go.
I know one crime guy.
So let's find some way to get all the way to San Francisco from New York, because I know a crime guy who is in San Francisco. Yes.
You and I have done insane things like this because we were just like, well, we know a guy that can do it. Why don't we
fly all the way across the country just on the off chance that...
Well, we've gone on multi-hour drives to pick up props before, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Anyway, Karma then just takes possession of him and makes him walk onto the balcony, threatening to force him to jump if he doesn't help them.
Jesus Christ.
She possesses him, makes him, like, step over the railing of the balcony, and then wakes him up, like, gives him control of his mind back. So he's just standing there like, ah! Pretty intense.
Yeah.
But he calls her bluff, and despite Bobby wanting to push him off, they relent. He still agrees to help them, though, as long as Karma agrees to join his criminal empire and help him for a full year.
She won't do it.
Does.
What?
She does.
No!
I think it's really cool the way that, like, they stumble into a situation, again, just as these sort of naive crime fighters, and ultimately, because of that, they get what they're looking for, but they pay such a heavy price for it. It's a very just, I'm a teenager thing to do. I'm going to live forever. There's nothing I can't bounce back from, sort of attitude, and they learn a lesson.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
Now we're in New Mexico, where Team America are riding around on their little motorbikes. Wolf crashes and Are You Ready showboats at him, which causes Professor Xavier to appear and yell at them for being dumb and annoying when they have a little girl to save.
Yeah. I mean, like, literally, he's just like, hey, stop being like fucking
What
children.
are you doing? Get your shit together. There is a child's life at stake. And they're like, can you stop shouting in my brain?
Yeah. Professor X is right here, though. What are they doing?
They apologize and put Wolf's bike back together and resolve to tighten up.
Okay. All right. I don't care.
In Colorado now, Professor X and Lilandra sit on the Blackbird. Xavier is tired from reaching his mental projections so far, trying to monitor the New Mutants in San Francisco and Team America in New Mexico.
Okay.
Apparently, the goal is to have Team America complete Viper's theft mission while the New Mutants try to rescue Dani, giving them 2 opportunities to save her.
This is a stupid issue, Pat.
In Big Sur, California, Silver Samurai watches Dani via a security camera in her prison cell. He sees her defiance and tells Viper they should just kill her. Viper asks him what's wrong, and he recounts the plot of the Wolverine miniseries at her.
Yeah. Remember that, Pat? Remember when
No.
we just read that?
No, I don't.
Me and you just read that, and with Pushing Up Roses.
Oh, right. That already happened. Happy New Year, everyone. Shinjin Yashida was his dad, and as he recounts that Wolverine and Mariko have usurped his rightful place as Lord of Clan Yashida, he starts tearing the room apart with his energy sword.
I'm so mad!
Viper vows they will take his seat back and kill Mariko and Wolverine.
Okay. Sure.
Meanwhile, Team America have arrived at the fortress known as Black Mesa, and they're so sleepy. Xavier finishes them off so he can train them in their sleep. Ew, Matt.
That's what he says. He
says, just puts them to sleep.
That's what I said. He finishes them off so he can put them to sleep.
Or so he tells Cowboy and Georgiana. Wrench and Honcho are off pretending to be AIM agents. They snuck in and knocked out 2 agents, and with Xavier's help, are making their way towards something called Project Matrix.
So we don't know what this thing is that they're supposed to steal.
Right.
What if it was just the original cut of the Matrix? Yeah. Like, it's not ready yet. And Viper's like, I really want to see this. You gotta break in and steal it.
While Wrench tries to... I'm baffled by what they're trying to do, by the way. I mean, the plan
is...
They're
4 motorcycle guys, and when they think real hard, they can make a 5th motorcycle guy.
Right, but they're not doing that here. The one that doesn't ride a motorcycle is trying to open a safe in a military installation, and it has one other...
I think Wrench does ride a motorcycle.
No,
I think Cowboy doesn't ride a motorcycle.
Cowboy does ride a motorcycle. Because that'll come into play a little later.
Huh.
While Wrench tries to pick a lock, he sets off an alarm, and all the other AIM guys start shooting at them. Wrench manages to pop the lock, and
we should mention this. AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, it's like a Marvel terrorist team that's obsessed with they do terrorism so that they can create big super weapons so that they can do more terrorism.
They are not Nazis. They are,
but they often work with Hydra, who are Nazis.
Yeah,
so they don't care about Nazis.
If you're at a dinner table with a Nazi,
right.
I'm getting the saying wrong, but Wrench manages to pop the lock and grab some kind of crystal, and the boys take off running. But just then the fortress explodes. The entire fortress.
I don't care.
And Professor X and Lalandra suffer a psychic attack by some mutant in the fortress.
Oh, that I kind of care about.
Back in Big Sur, California, that's the theme I'm noticing here. If it's happening with some sort of mutant, very interesting. If it's happening with Team America, God, I just don't care.
I don't care at all. I want it to stop.
Back in Big Sur, the New Mutants are sneaking into the other fortress when Jan finds herself suddenly attacked physically by someone saying that they intend to bring about Xavier's destruction and she shall be their instrument.
What the fuck?
But that passes really quickly, and Xian is confused because she just screamed and doesn't know why, but it alerted all of the guards.
Pat, what do you think just fucking happened?
I have no clue, dude. This was crazy because Xavier gets hit, and then Xian just hears this voice. It's just honestly very reminiscent of Stevie Hunter getting sick phone calls.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's just very similarly hello, is calling her by name, then saying something very bad is in store, and then hanging up.
Oh, so you think this is maybe setting up Peter Bristow as some
Peter Bristow?
Who's that?
Cannonball barrels through a ton of the guards. Sunspot throws a truck at a generator, knocking out the spotlights. And Karma possesses some guards and makes them shoot each other.
Okay.
In Dani's cell,
I'm even annoyed at the New Mutants right now because of this, the rest of this issue.
Yeah. Why?
Like, I don't even want to. I don't even want to know about them. I don't even want to know what they're doing.
I do want to know about Dani. In Dani's cell, the wall collapses and she seizes upon the opportunity to immediately summon the fears of her guards and punch them out.
Good job.
She runs down the hallway and finds Rain unconscious on the floor with a gash in her side.
This just happened to her. Like, she just keeps running into battle and then getting, like, knocked out and lying on the floor bleeding.
It's a shame. Rain seems like she's got some really usable powers, but we just see her getting shot or stabbed or otherwise traumatized. While checking on Rain, Dani is taken by surprise as Silver Samurai stands over her with his energy sword raised. Until Cannonball blasts through the wall and slams into him, knocking him through the far wall and out onto the mountain.
All right, now we have to talk about it. Can fucking Cannonball see through walls?
Yeah, how does he keeps doing this?
He keeps doing this. He keeps being outside. This is like the 4th time he's done it in, 7 issues? He keeps being outside, and then we'll just suddenly be like, oh, this person needs me in this exact spot. I will be right there. How?
Okay, so as Silver Samurai prepares to cut Sam in half, Sunspot shows up and punches the hell out of his ass. But thinking of Viper's safety, he teleports away with his little teleport ring before Bobby can punch him again.
He's got a little teleport ring.
Inside, Karma is trying to possess Viper while Viper tries to shoot Karma, and the two are locked in a battle of wills. This was really cool.
Yeah.
Until Silver Samurai shows up and distracts Viper, giving Jan the upper hand. She takes control of the woman, making her turn her gun on the samurai, but he knocks Viper out immediately and teleports both of them away. In northern Mexico, Team America is fine and rushing.
Wait, what?
And rushing to the American border with the crystal.
They were just in a fucking fortress as it exploded, and they're just fine, and nothing happened, and nothing's wrong, and everything's fine?
Well, so one Team American asks another Team American, what happened? I thought you blew up. And the ones that were in the fortress just go, I don't know, but we're fine.
I hate Team America.
It's so bad. They're fine. They're rushing to the American border with the crystal when some AIM UFOs start firing lasers at them.
Ooh.
Wolf, still obsessing over Roberto, turns himself into the Black Rider and hops his bike from one hovercraft to another, knocking 3 out of the sky. Apparently, this ability to turn himself into the Black Rider is new.
Okay. Yeah, apparently. No emotional resonance for me whatsoever.
Yeah, don't care. He's still seething about something a child said to him, which, listen, I can relate to,
At this
but
point, like a week ago.
Yeah. It's been a little while. And also, you're in the heat of battle. And this child would kill you. I can't stress that enough. This child would punch a hole through you. You don't have actual superpowers.
Yeah.
They make their way to Colorado and wake up Professor X and Lalandra, but there's no sign of the entity that attacked them. Xavier worries that whatever AIM was working on birthed a powerful new mutant. Also, something happened with Wolf and Are You Ready? I don't fucking know what.
I don't know what. He's just like carrying him, Fireman carrying him, like, oh, and it's like a silent panel, like, oh no.
Somehow, and
fucking
Matt,
what?
I don't think this is actually Are You Ready? Because a couple panels earlier, we see Are You Ready on the American side of the border. I'm pretty sure this is Cowboy, who was driving the motorcycle that Black Rider Wolf ultimately landed on.
Pat, the only reason,
but they covered
the only way you know the differences between these people is what color their hair is. And you're telling me you think in this panel they colored his hair wrong?
Yes, because there's a bright red-haired one already on the American side of the border.
what if you could go back in time and make them not do these issues?
I would. I absolutely would. I would shoot Sal Buscema, I guess.
Not fatally, just so he couldn't draw for a couple days.
It's exactly. In Big Sur, the mutants all reunite. Rain is rapidly healing from Silver Samurai's cut, and Dani is angry at Jan for making a deal with her crime uncle. Crime uncle.
Crime uncle.
Uncle Crime.
This is my great uncle. This is my step uncle. This is my crime uncle.
Professor X cuts in with a psychic projection. He begins to yell at Jan for moving ahead with the plan without consulting him, but softens and tells her he supports her decision.
He's turning over a new leaf.
Suddenly, his image gets wobbly. The voice reappears in Karma's head, claiming it will take her over body and soul. She screams, and as the mutants gather around to help her, Harada, in a boat offshore, presses a big button with 2 fingers, and the entire base explodes.
What?
To be continued.
They did the same. They did the exact. Okay, Pat. Oh my God.
Harada's the Silver Samurai, by the way.
Harada's Silver Samurai. Pat. They did the same fucking plot twice in the same issue. Uh-oh. He's in the base as the base is exploding. Uh-oh. They're in the base as the base is exploding. There's 2 forts. There's 2 forts in this issue.
Blow up.
Both explode with the heroes in them.
Although presumably now all the new mutants are dead.
Yeah, the New Mutants are dead, so this was the last issue of the New Mutants.
Oh, I thought maybe we just got a new cohort.
Oh, okay. Issue 7 of the New Mutants is just that is what New Mutants means.
It's constantly to be new mutants,
and they just keep dying. And Xavier keeps being like, "I'll never do this again."
Matt, what are your thoughts? What do you think? How you feeling?
I think. I really loved the X-Men issue. Professor Xavier's a jerk. It was such a fucking good issue.
Man.
The X-Men are on a new level, right? Like they are on this next level. They are making Chris Claremont and Paul Smith are making. They don't feel like 1980s comics. They feel like they could have been the 90s or the 2000s. They feel not modern. But like they've reached a new era visually, conceptually, thematically, sort of writing wise. Like it feels like we've gotten to a new place. The New Mutants is good. Like I like learning I like learning about these characters, but these aren't the best New Mutants issues at all. And they feel like they're early 80s.
Yeah, I think the New Mutant stuff feels a little outdated in this run. At the same time, it's still like it's better than most of what you're reading in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
Strictly because of that Chris Claremont ability to build those relationships and give you those connections to his characters. You want to love these guys. So
you want to learn more about the characters, even if the stories they're in are kind of dumb.
Yes, exactly. So I'm still hooked here. These are still I'm still invigorated. But the fucking Team America stuff felt like late 60s comics. It felt like we were reading through not even like Roy Thomas, but like when they were just cycling all of their bullpen in and out of X-Men a few years before cancellation because sales were dwindling. Like it feels desperate and it feels like they didn't really have a plan. And it seems like they tried to do the most interesting thing possible they could, but ultimately they end up. Maybe we can get some good out of this. I would say El Lobo picked a fight with an X-Man.
Okay. Lost.
It wasn't a physical fight. It wasn't exactly humiliated, but We could add a new member to the Loser League and just try to mine some value out of this.
I don't think so, because I think they're other characters.
Yeah,
they like
right.
have
their
a
own
series.
Yeah.
But I feel like these are people that the Loser League. These are the only people the Loser League can beat in a fight.
Can we add Peter Bristow to the Loser League?
Yeah, Peter Bristow's on the Loser League.
Perfect.
And again, the Team America is like the only, like, when we do the Loser League comic book and movie and TV series, their nemesis is Team America, but they always kick their ass every single time.
Yes.
And like not even like there's not even a moment where you're like, oh, are the villains gonna win? No, they get their asses just totally beat.
I am 100% in for that. Like, they just outnumber Team America because we've got more than a dozen of them now. They could just surround them and take turns beating them.
But I think I like the idea that even there's like issues or episodes or movies where it's just one guy from the Loser League. It's like Peter Bristow alone, and he beats up all of Team America.
Oh, you guys just ride bikes.
I can do that.
I can put a stick in your spokes.
and I have a pipe. I'm armed with a pipe. I remember this issue that before we read this issue, I was thinking I think at the end of last episode, the last one we recorded, which was the first New Mutants episode, I think I even mentioned something to you like, oh man, you're going to think this is going to be crazy. Wait till you see what's about to happen. I thought Team America was going to be so absurd that it would be fun.
Yeah.
They're not. They're just boring.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had my hopes raised for at least something like goofy and absurd, but this is just somebody playing action figures, but they don't have enough heroes, so they have to pull in the car toys that they have as well.
Right. And they're technically goofy and absurd, but just not in any way that's funny or interesting. I hate Team America.
I don't know if I would put absurd in there.
4 motorcycle guys that summon a 5th motorcycle guy isn't absurd to you. You're like, no, that's very grounded.
Vanilla.
All right.
And we're all out of vanilla.
Look, this is what I need to say to you.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you
I'm
can buy
sick
out.
of it.
If you had a time
I'm
machine
done.
that you would like to try out.
I'm fucking done with them.
Ooh, Pat Steals and Deals. We got a wild one for you today, Matt.
Okay.
For you specifically,
Thank you.
Half-price charter subscription offer. Become a charter subscriber to the new video game magazine BLIP from Marvel Comics. Matt, have you heard of this BLIP?
What the fuck? No.
So $6 for 12 issues. Not bad. That's 50 cents an issue.
Okay.
Those are comic book prices, and this is a magazine. If you want to buy it off the newsstands, it's $1 an issue. So you're saving, it's half price. You're saving 50 cents.
Okay. Now,
the unfortunate thing about this is that BLIP, the video game magazine from Marvel Comics, only lasted 6 months. So if you paid for the full subscription, you did not get your money's worth. You were paying essentially $1 an issue.
Do you think they refunded you?
Knowing Marvel, no. Not
you would have to write to them and complain, right? Yeah.
So I did find on retroinjection.com a blog post from 2018 that was just fondly remembering BLIP magazine and why it failed so much. It looks like from their account here, the primary reasons are, number one, it bragged extensively about being a Marvel Comics product and put out a magazine format. Magazines at the time were printed on lower quality paper. They were or higher quality paper. It wasn't what comic fans were expecting.
Okay.
The other I would say, bigger issue is that they really went ham on the licensed Marvel properties, culminating in, Matt, a 6-page Spider-Man and Green Goblin advertisement for the Atari Spider-Man game.
What the fuck?
That ad that we saw is extended to a full 6-page comic.
Oh my God.
Where Spider-Man ends up explaining that even though Green Goblin appears in the game, he doesn't receive any royalties for it, just to help justify his actions in trying to steal this game.
So what? Okay.
There is.
So what? This sounds like Jim Shooter to me. This sounds like entirely a Jim Shooter idea.
Oh, 100%. This is cheap licensing. It goes both ways, right? They are buying licenses from toy companies for toys that would otherwise have been thrown in the dumpster, and they are giving their licenses to whoever wants to pay enough money for them, and just letting the brand dilute.
How much do you think it costs to purchase all 7 issues of BLIP?
Of BLIP today?
Mm-hmm.
$200.
Higher, buddy.
Wow, really? Who would want to read these?
I know.
$350.
Higher.
$10,000.
Just 400.
Oh man, I was so close.
But BLIP number 1, I think, is the thing bringing it up, because BLIP number 1 seems like it's like 100 and like over 150. While you can get BLIP number 3 for $4, you get BLIP number 7 for $10.
Yeah, the post I read about it actually mentions that the problem started with issue number 2.
Yeah, wow, wild.
Steele?
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's at Steele.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thank you for being here. We would like to say, check out our Discord. There's a link in the show notes. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there. A lot of the emailers you hear from the show are hanging out in the Discord, chilling. We would also like to say Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. If we didn't see you, hope you had a great holiday season.
Give us,
because I don't know. What if we don't record these next 2 episodes that end up coming out before this one?
What if, as a New Year's present, you guys all go give us a review and a rating on everywhere? Wouldn't that be cool?
What if you resolve this year to finally rate, review, comment, subscribe,
and share
this podcast and share?
And check us out on Instagram, Mutant Menace Pod.
Subscribe to our podcast and subscribe to Share.
We love Cher. What we want to promote this year is the music artist Cher. She's,
She just put out a memoir.
Did she?
Yeah. It's like her 5th memoir, but yeah.
We want to give a big thanks to Krills Wilson for our theme music. We want to give a thanks to Julia Selly for the voice of Trish Tilby. Is there anything else, Pat?
Just what I say at the end of every episode, Matt. As always, you'd sound better if you were bald.
And remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kitty!